Why doctor? Why not something else?
The medicine was perceived as very tough, as my father is also a doctor, so they wanted to give the scholarship to three people. Yeah, our university circulated a notification, and they said that they were sending three people to Indonesia.
Masa, you got a scholarship from our med school, as you said it, right?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
So we had the perception that Indonesia is like Pakistan.
Was the cost of living cheaper or more expensive than our country?
It was quite a different experience for us, as we have been here in the operation rooms.
Was this elective worth it? Would you recommend to your juniors?
There were students from Egypt, from Japan. Yeah, and there were students from Italy.
Okay, Masa, how do you think this experience has impacted your personal and professional growth as a future PE?
But you have to like give your best when you are outside your country.
Assalamu alaikum, Mazhar.
Walaikum salam.
Welcome to my podcast, Mazhar.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are always welcome. Let's start with a quick intro. Where are you from? What year are you in right now?
Uh, my name is Mazhar Ali. I am from Lower Dir, Temargara. And I have right now given my final year MBBS exam.
You have just 2 months to enjoy yourself now.
Yeah, 2 to 3 months.
Okay, Mazhar. So before we dive into the podcast, today the podcast is about how Mazhar got a scholarship. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's start. The first question, which is one of my favorite one, is why doctor? Why not something else?
Yeah, so uh, I would say that most of our parents they opt their children out for engineering
Example.
or
Medicine.
becoming a doctor, medicine. So at first I had no clue, as there is a shortage of guidance also, or lack of guidance, you would say. But I made up my mind to go to a university like LUMS when I was in Islamic college, because they they came to the college to present, and they represented their university, which I liked very much. Uh, but then the exams came on, and everything got settled, and I my father just came to me after the
Exam.
board exams, and I just said that now what, engineering or medicine, because the medicine was perceived as very tough, as my father is also a doctor, so um, I had the observation of
Your father is really lion heart.
yeah,
Exactly.
yeah. So that was also a factor. But then eventually I opt out for medicine because my father wanted me to do it, and now I am happy in this field. Yeah,
Are you happy in this field right now?
yeah. I'm pretty contented. It's the field that you have many opportunities, and you can actually help people
And have a good
that kind of stuff. Yeah.
wonderful. Lovely answer. So come to the elective abroad. What made you think, yeah, I need to do this? Like someone goes to Italy, someone going for the US and for UK as well. So why Indonesia?
Uh, Basically, the reason was I hadn't done my electives in other places, and I was waiting for an opportunity. Uh, so the opportunity came by, and they wanted to give the scholarship to three people, and it was basically the MOU signed with the Erlanger University, as mentioned. Uh, so I think if it was some other place they had signed the MOU, so I would have gone there. It would give a better look to my CV.
Exactly, perfect.
And
And I just like it that you got the opportunity and you are one of the three students in whole college. They got a scholarship.
yeah, at first, people, 7 of students, they applied for it, but then they eventually dropped out, and three of us.
Selected and you just experience that,
Yeah, it was a wonderful experience.
love. Okay, Maza. So the next question is, how do you even find out about this elective opportunity, like through online or university?
Yeah, our university circulated a notification, and they said that they were sending three people to Indonesia. And so we just opted out for it. And at first, we were 7 people applying for it, but eventually, only three of us
selected and you
three of us got selected in it.
okay, Mazhar, can you walk us through the application process? What were the documentation required for that application process?
Yeah, so the documentation required for the process were basically a few photographs, CNIC copy, passport copy, and the front page of the passport basically. And we were finally our DMC, and two of the invitation letter from the Erlanga University, and also the recommendation letter from the
Current university or
college. Yeah.
lovely. Okay, Mazhar, you got a scholarship from our med school, as you said it, right?
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I saw the notification, and I was also selected in Aga Khan University for the electives, but my father didn't allow me to go there. Uh, and then Bashir said that just ask your father if he would want you to go there. Yeah. So I just messaged him and I just sent him the notification and the scholarship program, etc., the details. And it was to my surprise that he said that, yeah, you can go. So, yeah, I was surprised and happy both at the same time. And then I said to Faisal that if you want to go, and he at the very last minute just applied for it with me. So eventually the
You both were selected and you enjoy the journey and all the process. Faisal was your roommate.
no, Faisal is my side roommate. He is with Salman and I am with Bashir.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, Faisal is your friend.
Yeah, he is my close friend.
Oh, yeah.
You can say that. So that made our journey more enjoyable, more interesting.
Exactly.
When you have someone very close to you in your company, then you enjoy the thing more.
Exactly. That's totally true. I just love that. Okay, Mazhar, what were your first impression when you landed in Indonesia? Like you just landed and you said to the Faisal that we are here.
So we had the perception that Indonesia is like Pakistan and all that kind of stuff. So we were kind of ready for that. Uh, so when we landed there, and it was summer season, so it also hits hard, and you are kind of worried about the new place and all that stuff. Where are you gonna live in that thing? So the good thing was that someone from the Erlanga University came to pick us.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
nice.
yeah. So it made things easier, and then she dropped off us to our location. And the first night, yeah, it was hard because the new place and the anxiety there, and you don't know the places and the food to eat and all that stuff. So basically, the first night was really hard, and we ordered some food from. I think it was a food chain KFC. I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had our first meal right there, and then the things got smooth.
Smoother and smoother as you guys spend some time. Where did you stay? University hostel or private accommodation?
So at first they booked us some dorms, but then we requested and they got us apartment in a building known as Taman Milati there. Yeah.
So it was basically a private apartment.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was not internal hostel.
No, no, no. Basically, so it was near to the university, and it was quite a good setting. The apartment was nice. We both were in the same room, and yeah, we enjoyed a lot. It was good. At first, there was stranger anxiety, and the place is new and all that stuff. But then eventually things got smoother, and we got to know the place and all that stuff.
Where you come and where to visit, what to.
So the apartment was nice.
Okay,
It had a small kitchen, and we got lucky that someone left the plates and
everything. Yeah.
some things there. So we got to cook our own food sometimes and all that.
So how was the apartment life? It was fun or challenging? At the beginning, it was, I think, challenging.
No, we are used to the hostel life, so it wasn't any big of a issue. But uh, yeah, the place was new, and we took some time to adjust there. We had a kitchen, a small kitchen, a test bath, and an AC too. So everything was smooth. The bed was nice, and the view was nice because we were on 24th floor, and the balcony was nice.
Okay,
So we used to spend little time there, and yeah, that was pretty much.
okay, so that's great. Okay, food in Indonesia, was it good or a struggle?
Uh,
Well, I heard some
the
stories they were very hard.
a big drawback, yeah, I would say, because the food there isn't to our taste. Uh, it the I don't know what's the taste, but where the taste comes from, maybe it's the masala or their local something or spices they make there, but we aren't used to that. And yeah, eventually, at first we tried it. We thought we would find it good, and we would adjust, but yeah, it wasn't to our taste, and eventually we opted out for a Pakistani restaurant there. So we used to order the food
from Pakistan.
from Pakistani restaurant at in the daytime, university or attending our rotation. So uh, there wasn't any need of uh, lunch, but yeah, we took a small break for lunch and eating some local things, chips, etc., and a juice and that kind of stuff. But our dinner was basically
Pakistani.
yeah, from a Pakistani restaurant, like biryani and dal and chicken and all that kind of.
Okay, so if you rate overall food, so that was not good.
Yeah, so
How
I
you
would
rate
rate it. I would rate it like maybe 3 out of 10. Yeah.
Oh,
So it was uh, but basically you make the adjustments and you get adjusted. You find the right food. Maybe we didn't explore too much places, but overall, a few things we tried and we didn't find it good. So, uh, yeah.
Mazhar, let's break down the expenses. Food, your travel, your stay.
The whole expenses I would break down to you. Uh, we had like $1,100 of our own. The $700 we had in our pocket from our home, given by our families, and the $400 were given to us by the college. Uh, $300 for food expenses and $100 elective fee. Okay. Moreover, we had to pay our visa fee and ticket fee. So that came out to be around like 300,000 Pakistani rupees. The ticket fee and the visa.
Visa fee. Okay.
The food came out to be expensive because it was from the Pakistani restaurants, and we hadn't uh, adjusted to the taste of Indonesian food. So we opted out for Pakistani food, which turned out to be a little expensive, but still it was covered in our scholarship. Yeah, in our scholarship, see, allotted rupees. Yeah. So basically, we were given like $400 from the college, $300 for food, and $100 elective fee. Moreover, we had $700 in our pocket from our homes for extra expenditure and traveling and exploring. So the visa fee and the elective fee came out to be like 300,000 or 3 lakh Pakistani rupees. Uh, the $700 which we spent there was mostly on traveling and exploring. So like the 60% of our budget went on to that, and additional 200 or $250 there.
Or exploring the Bali, it's like
Yeah,
visiting some different places.
yeah, all the, we visited two places basically, Mount Bromo and Bali. So the expenses came out around to be like $270 or something. Yeah. And then the other expenses like a little shopping and grabbing a juice and like internet, etc. That came out to be like 200 to $250. So if you aren't exploring Indonesia and you just want to spend your time there and do electives and just a little shopping, etc. So you would need an extra $200 to $50.
Okay,
Yeah, that's it.
that's it.
Yeah. Um, More on, we also did grocery shopping. So the food, the breakfast and lunch, uh, it was cooked by us for ourselves. So uh, it also
Save a bit
yeah,
of money.
yeah, it also saved a bit of money for.
Okay, so for example, if a person want, for example, if I want to do electives in Indonesia and I don't want to explore anything, I'm just going for the electives and doing some rotation and then come back to my home country. So the $400 will be paid my university fee.
Yeah,
Okay, and the $250 for my food and juice and
yeah.
what that.
It would be like an additional expense for your stay there.
You stay there.
Yeah,
It's equal to
food is perfectly covered in $300. Like it's fully covered with $300. Like if you are going to buy from a Pakistani restaurant, which comes out to be a little expensive than the Indonesian food. So,
but still it's sales.
not a problem. It's covered.
So it means I had, for example, if I want to pay from my own pocket, so 250 for just normal expenditure and 3 lakh for my visa fee and my visa fee and ticket.
Yeah.
So the total cost on me, for example, 3 lakhs and $250.
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Perfectly explained. Okay, so Mazhar, was the cost of living cheaper or more expensive than our country if you compare our country to Indonesian country?
There were some things which were cheaper than Pakistan, and other things were basically of the same of the same rates here. So basically, Pakistan and Indonesia like same countries economically.
Oh,
No, I know their rupiah, which you call it rupiah. Uh, it's um, it's quite weak.
okay.
Uh,
It's quite low as
it's quite weak compared to Pakistani currency. But when you convert the money and you do all that stuff, so it comes out to be like same.
say.
So there is not
No,
a big
that
difference. Yeah, but the I think we explored some marts, and we found out that the skin products basically they were a little cheaper. And now more of the food, etc. It came out to be same.
okay, perfect. Okay, Mazhar, now come to the academic things, and that is how was the hospital environment different from what we are used to? Like, if you think that their hospital environment and our hospital environment, what was the difference?
Yeah, so it was one of the biggest universities of Indonesia, and the hospital was also uh, a big, a big one. Uh, they had their standards basically. So if I would compare, I think it was like a public hospital. I think it was a public setting hospital, but compared to a good private hospital in Pakistan, uh, it had pretty good standard.
Oh,
I think it would be the good private hospital in Pakistan.
oh, lovely.
Yeah, the the OPD setting, the whole the people waiting in the lobbies and the seating arrangements there, and the care provided to them. Uh, the doctors were really nice, and the care provided to them, like we accompanied the doctor to a few cases of like the wound cleaning, etc., and these kind of stuff. So they took a proper care there, like better than, I think, compared to a good private hospital in Pakistan. Like they properly followed the protocols there, like in the OTs, in the OPDs, and all of that. So it was a good experience.
Okay, perfect. So, what is, for example, what is the one thing that you want to include in our hospital? Like you explored their hospitals. So, what is the one thing that you want to, if I want to copy that things in our settings?
I would do the comparison with public hospital here in Pakistan and government or public hospital in Indonesia, because that would be a fair comparison. So here the public hospitals, you would have seen
Exactly.
the places how people are dealt here, and so The standards here are quite low, how our patients are treated, and but maybe it's the burden on our hospitals. Yeah, it's one factor. But the handling over there was quite good. Yeah, the people were treated well, and we were treated well by the professors. Maybe we are foreign students, but overall, their behavior with our students were also good. Really good behavior. They were really down to earth, and so um, mainly the basic things would be upgrading our system according to standards. The ODs were pretty good. Yeah, the clock system and the temperature system, with the scrub anesthetizing the patient and applying the antiseptics and all that. So it was pretty good there.
Perfect. Perfectly said. Mazhar, what was your daily routine like as an elective student?
Our daily routine didn't include much. We just woke up early in the morning, like around 7 a.m. And then our elective started at 8 a.m. So at first we would go to the hospital to attend the OPD. Uh, the doctor would see some patients, and if there were some cases in the operation theater pending, so we would basically spend most of our time in the operation room or operation theater. So we observed different cases there. Uh, so we had our electives in plastic surgery. So the cases were of quite different. Yeah. The plastic surgery cases which I found different were of microtia, which is the small ear, congenital abnormality, small ear, and they would just reconstruct it. So it was really fascinating to watch. And the other procedures were of plastic related, like burn injuries and traumas and all that stuff. Yeah, but one unique thing was for me was microtia surgeries and also the microscopic surgeries that they did there. Yeah, like lymphatic and venous anastomosis, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, sure.
Which isn't happening here.
Yeah, here there are a few surgeons. The craniofacial surgery, it's basically field in plastic surgery, in which you do the plastic surgery in head and face. So the trauma is happening here, and the microtia, as I said earlier. So there are a few surgeons in Pakistan too. Um, but in Pakistan, most cases are of hypospadias, mainly as in these hospitals. Yeah, or rhinoplasty and all these kind of stuff that we commonly know of. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, Mazhar, how, as you already mentioned, that the doctor was very, really nice, but how was the interaction with doctors and medical students there?
So the basic the big drawback was the language barrier. Yeah. So it wasn't much of a trouble with doctors, as they spoke English fluently, and we were quite comfortable with them. But the staff there, is a hospital staff, they weren't quite fluent and they couldn't understand it much. So it was a little harder. Yeah, it was a little harder for us to communicate properly. But as I said, the doctors are quite nice. They were quite cooperating. They listened to our questions. They answered accordingly. Uh, there was no issue. If you do a mistake, someone was a little late, if someone did a mistake, there was just a very very chill, welcome, a very chill and welcoming environment, even in the operation room. The music is there, and all of them are just chatting about something which we didn't understand, but they were joking about something and they were laughing and they were just doing their work. So it was quite a different experience for us, as we have been in here in the operation rooms. Yeah, and you also had, yeah. So the very best thing about that hospital was that
The attitude of a doctor.
yeah, towards the student, and they were quite down to earth. And
Lovely. And what do you found in the students, which was quite, you said it?
Yeah, right. Even the people of Indonesia were very nice. They were very helpful. Uh, like in here, Pakistan, if you see someone do good things, you say that he is a very good man, and these are quite few.
Exactly, very.
But in Indonesia, you would frequently come across many people that are very nice, very nice to speak, and very helpful if you need something. The students were really nice. We I still has contact with a few of them.
A few of,
Yeah. So
so
we connect regularly, and the students were quite nice, quite friendly, and they connected with us. Really good.
that's a great experience you shared. Okay, Mazhar, what did you learn that you think our med school lacks?
So I haven't been to their med school, yeah, where their classes were being taken, but it was quite a big university. So maybe it's not fair to compare it with our university, because our college is still in making of a university, and it's just a medical college here. But in Indonesia, Erlangga University was pretty big. Like, I think it was second largest university in Indonesia. So by comparing it to Aga Khan and something like that, it would be fair. But as I haven't experienced any such medical environment in Pakistan, so but our college is pretty good. Yeah, the staff here is also very good.
Exactly, the start,
The co-curricular activities, and how they support the students basically.
exactly, that's
Yeah, and the study here, as you can see, we have few KMU toppers every year.
exactly every year.
Yeah, so basically our college is good, but comparing it to this that big university, it's not fair. Yeah, so I would give a chance to you to explore that place, and as you have been to Al Afan Medical College, so you would tell the difference a good better.
Yes,
You would tell
I
better.
visited there in Aga Khan. Actually, the one thing that I really like about in Aga Khan is, the attitude of our doctors and nurses, especially, it's quite different toward the student. Like there is no nothing like that. That why you come late? Why you come? No, it's you are adult. You know your responsibility. Here, I think that's still not happening here in KPK. What I believe, what I see. And
I think it's basically that standard level of thinking, and the people coming from
yeah,
like higher places. And yeah, so if you visit such good places, such world class places, or such world class universities, which are you can recognized globally,
exactly.
like these two universities, so you would find good people there, because there is like extra emphasis on those things. So yeah, there's one reason, but we will hope for the good. And yeah, everything.
Okay, Mazhar, did you get a chance, as earlier you mentioned it, but there any a chance that you interact with international student and you that interaction stand out to you that yeah, that was a quite good interaction that we had.
Yeah, so we weren't only the only ones visiting Erlangen University. There were students from Egypt, from Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, there were students from Italy. Yeah, few other countries, and it was quite a good experience connecting with them. Yeah, we had a small party arranged in which we basically gathered, and yeah, we introduced ourselves to each other.
Okay, and you meet up.
Yeah, and we also made a group there, and all the people were included. We also had a student from Italy in our rotations. Yeah, so the interaction was quite nice, and yeah, they were really good people.
Lovely, lovely. This is amazing. That is the thing that I really like to visit these different places.
Yeah,
To connect with people.
yeah. So you would find a good exposure with people, and if you connect with them, then you get to know about their country too, and you get a chance to connect with them and then visit their places. And just basically, it's a good thing to connect with people.
And I really like this MOU, they sign our college, the Erlangen into the Italy, because when we exchange our exchange our students, So I think it's quite different because they will come to our colleges and our hospital, and we will go there. So it is a quite good initiative.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, Masa, how do you think this experience has impacted your personal and professional growth as a future physician?
So basically, for me, personally, as I mentioned earlier, uh, everything was really nice there. People were helpful, and the doctors were really good, very chill. Uh, as I already mentioned, we had the perception that the doctors get frustrated and they don't have their own life.
Exactly.
And the people get frustrated and people get bored. But one thing I observed there that they took their job really lightly. Lightly in a sense that they enjoyed it.
They enjoyed
Yeah.
house.
Yeah, so they enjoyed the process, the music playing in the operation room, and all of them interacting with each other in a very friendly manner with the students, helping the students. Uh, we even assisted, we even assisted there, and we learned the protocols. So basically, what you need to follow, how to do the proper sanitization, how to just get dressed for the OD properly, and how to interact with people mostly, and how to basically assist properly in the manners basically in the operation room, because you have to like give your best when you are outside your country and you are with new people, so you always have to give your best. So that thing also pushed us, and uh, we would continue it as such, and we would like to see it in Pakistan also in our so as you stated that in mostly KP, medical, hospitals and the universities. Also, I learned from them that helping someone
Exactly.
without any cause,
Yeah.
or without something on your mind that he would like help me in future, because we didn't know these people. We didn't know the doctors. We don't even have like that chatting relation or something. But still, they chose to.
Help you.
Yeah, they chose to be good. So I think the one thing we need to understand that we should and we must help people. We must be kind and good to people, irrespective of the
Anything they did of the other, yeah.
any benefit or something in our mind that he would help me or he or she would help me in the future, or I have some benefit from them. So basically, it's our teachings, our religious,
Exactly, sincerity.
and they were following it. So we need to follow it more here in Pakistan.
Absolutely true. I just love this one thing. This one thing is more enough than any medical thing, like you learn.
Yeah, yeah,
Because the one thing that, sincerity is something that our people very few people I met that they have this kind of sincerity. They just help other person without thinking anything in the back of their mind. That yeah, he will help me. Like for example, I want to help you, Mazhar, so it's because that Mazhar will help me in that. So this kind of attitude in our mind. Yeah. So if we remove that and we just keep going and just help anybody else without.
so this thing has just is just programmed into our brain like that. That at f- that when we go to help someone, there is also some narratives there. There is also something there in your brain. Uh, because as humans, I also have this experience, but everyone experiences this. But eventually, if you have a pretty good mindset, and if you follow our religion, Islam, Alhamdulillah,
Yes.
and if you follow it thoroughly, so this is a very basic teaching.
Exactly, very best.
Uh, our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam narrated in a hadith that if you don't want anything for your brother that you want for yourself, then you are not a true Muslim. So you have to think for your brother like you think for yourself. So that's the basic thing, and this is a basic pillar of our Islam. So if you get good at it, so
You will just prosper
yeah,
and you will
yeah, yeah.
you move forward. Mazhar, very basic and very important questions. overall, was this elective worth it? Would you recommend to your juniors?
Yeah, totally. So I know the process is long. Yeah, it seems long or it is long. The visa and the ticket and the documents arrangement and all that stuff. But in the end, it's always worth it. At first, I always had doubts. I also wanted to drop out of it. Uh, but then eventually, I just made my mind that we have to do this. Because it would be a strong point for our CV. Exactly. And it would make us look good and all that stuff. But uh, yeah, we went through some difficulties in first. But then when you go there and you spend a few days, you get to know to things. Exactly. Then uh, all of a sudden everything changes. You get to know new people. You get to know new protocols, new standards. You get to know a lot of things. Yeah. And then you travel the country too. As I said, we we explored Bali. Exactly. And we explored Mount Bromo. So it was quite a wonderful experience. Along with the electives, we also explored the country, and I think I would recommend it to everyone because the cost maybe it's a bit better.
Exactly, that's the
About
problem.
300,000 or 3 lakh rupees upfront giving, but still, I think if you have good money and you have a stable family, then you should definitely go there because everything is nice. Everything is really good.
And you also receive a scholarship of 400.
Yeah, we are fine.
Good
That's a plus point here.
Exactly.
So I think people should go. People should explore the cultures. So it would benefit you both academically, both personally, and
Profession.
yeah, and professionally. Yeah.
Lovely podcast, Mazhar. I do enjoy the story you shared, and I hope you enjoy as well. The last two question, one of my favorite question. What is the best piece of advice you ever heard or received?
So as I mentioned the hadith earlier, so this is life changing for me. Once I just observed the people there, and then I heard about this hadith and that our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, so he's the best advisor of all time. Yeah. There is no doubt in that. So I think if we stick to that one thing and we just do our basic requirements of deen, like doing the farz, and this one hadith covers all your mamilat with people. Exactly. All your relations with people, all your you know what you will say mamilat, basically, yeah, the interactions with people, yeah. So uh, if I'm mother and I want good for what I want for myself, and I want the same thing for you. Exactly. So it basically solves all of the problems. Like if you start to apply this thing in your life, you would feel the difference. Exactly. And then one thing more, the ikhlas in niyat.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. So the basic big thing, that if you do everything for Allah,
Yeah.
and don't expect others to give you something back, so that would make you a really happy man, and you would live peacefully here. Like if you are not bothered by people,
Exactly.
that how someone treated me, and spend your energy, somewhere productive, and just doing good and be kind.
Exactly. Doing good.
Be kind and do good. Yeah.
Yeah, this is absolutely true. It's resonated me so much because I just recently learned this thing. Like I read a book, I will share with you definitely. It's a quite, a very short book. It's a 52 pages book. I read that book and it just changed my life totally. So that you mentioned that how to help others and be sincere and do not, back in your mind that, yeah, I have that one. So he might be helping in this and that, so that's quite different. Not so many people still laugh at me. So certain people, joke about me. Like it didn't bother me anymore, because whatever I do for the sake of Allah and for the sake of myself and for the sake of being a good.
Yeah, what makes you happy? Just do that.
Huh. Mazhar, the last question. what book has had a significant impact on your life?
So I had quite a reading in till 10th class or metric. After that, I came to Islamic college and all that. All these things just fell behind. Uh, I read quite books, but the book on Hazrat Muhammad Sallallahu Sirat, Ar-Rahiq al-Makhtum and Muhammad Arabi. So basically, if you study the life of our Prophet Sallallahu, so you get to know a lot of things. And eventually, the best book is, I would say, Quran. It's without a doubt, but other books, maybe apart from these, uh, I read Shahab Nama, which may be someone earlier in your interview also.
Exactly, yeah, people mention it.
Yeah.
So much, so many times.
So it's one of the good books I have read, and I have in mind a few more, but maybe we get a good time because the vacations
Exactly, we
are a good opportunity
exactly.
for ourselves. But basically, if you uh, read the Quran with tafsir, so that's the best thing for you at first, because it's like the master key. It's like Shakulit.
Perfect, absolutely true. Mazhar, any final thoughts to the viewers?
Uh, I'm not in a position to give any advice or something, but my thoughts about your podcast at first, I would say it's a really good initiative. And I remember the days when you first started out, and we had a little conversation about it.
Exactly.
And I said, just do your thing. So to the viewers, just do your thing. Always keep your hustle alive, and just don't listen to people. If you know you are doing the right thing, then be on that path, and keep inspiring the people, and be an inspiration for someone. Uh, do not make hurdles in people ways, uh, because we have a really good proverb in Pashto that Canada bal sadi palargi.
Yeah,
Charista was
exactly. Yeah.
So that's the whole thing. And as I said earlier, be kind to people. Uh, don't expect nothing in return. And one more thing, mm, be ajiz and be humble everywhere. So people will basically treat you with respect. And the more you are humble, the more you are appealing to people, the more you are perceived good. And yeah, that's pretty much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much, Mazhar. It
It
was
was quite a
nice.
yeah.
And I hear why you enjoy the podcast. I really enjoy your talking. And by the way, I just want to say one thing about Mazhar is that he's a kind of a guy that he will always bring positivity to the table, because I didn't talk too much to him in my college timing, and many people do not see as a friend, but I have some very good conversation with him. It was like too long conversation, but it was quite good and quite fascinating, and I was like shocked that Masar is such a good kind of a person, but I never knew till in the final year. So we spent like 5 years together, but I didn't know till in the final year we sat alone in the cafe. I still remember that fascinating time. So thank you so much, Mazhar. It
Yeah.
was pleasure. Thank you.
Keep up the good work and just keep inspiring people.